Hey everybody, this is Roberto, and today in my vlog, I'm going to talk about my reasons and my motivations for why I teach graphic design and marketing and all the things that I teach here on the YouTube channel, and why I want to enable people, help people, grow people that would be my supposed competition, and why I think that's the right thing, why I think it's a good thing, and why I actually do it. Now, because I delete the negative and vulgar comments from my comment section, and I talk about that in another video, you guys don't see some of the nasty and harsh and mean things that other people have to say sometimes about what I'm doing. There are a lot of people who, believe it or not, are upset with the fact that I and other people come onto YouTube and that we teach and train other people for free, and we help them and we encourage them and we inspire them to be the best person that they can be at whatever they're doing, and give away tips and tricks and secrets. I've had someone in the comment section say something really crass and really vulgar. I'm going to slightly paraphrase it, but essentially they said that I'm an idiot for showing anybody how to do graphic design and that you should want to drown your competition in a bathtub. That's absurd to me. That sounds like the most incredulous and cowardly person that I can imagine. One, I don't believe in competing with anybody but myself. I'm not in competition with you guys. I'm not in competition with my friend John. I'm not in competition with anybody here on YouTube. I'm only in competition with one person only. And that is Emperor Roberto 10 years from now. I'm in competition with that guy, and I'm going to take the Iron Throne from him. I'm not worried about what anyone else is doing. I am worried about what they're doing in the sense that I want to help them, I want to grow them. I pay attention to what other people are doing to see if there's an area for me to grow and to improve in something that I should look at investing my time or my effort in, or for inspiration to say, you know what, I can ramp things up a notch, I can do better. But I'm not interested in competing with anyone else. I ran cross country and track when I was in high school. You know what I learned about that? I learned that you can't run anybody else's race. You have to do what's right for you and for your body and your mentality. I can't physically adopt someone else's training regime because I don't have their body. My body's not going to respond to the training the same way. I have a different build. I have to do the best workout that matches my energy levels, my level of intensity in terms of motivation. And I found that, like, you know what? I had a crazy amount of stamina. I could train longer for periods of time than some people. So I had to train not necessarily in the harshest conditions, but just drag out the length of time. That's why I became a long distance runner instead of a sprinter. You have to figure out, are you playing a short game, a long game? Are you this thing versus that thing? You have to figure out what's best suited to you. You can't walk someone else's path. And in that regard, competition makes no sense. The other thing is, I don't have a scarcity mentality, which is really interesting because understand the context of the fact that on one side of my family, I'm a first generation American and I'm a second generation on the other. So I'm pretty close to what you would call, in many ways, the fresh off the boat mentality in some ways. But guess what I don't have? I don't have the scarcity third world mentality of, people that come from different places and everything. My family's from Panama and Cuba. I don't have the same mentality that some people have. Not that everybody has that is coming from that background or that place, or depends on if your family came from money or was educated or this or that. And my family was more like health services professionals on my mom's side, etc. Dad was military. The point I'm making is I don't have a scarcity mentality. I have an abundance mentality, which means that I believe there's enough success in the world for everybody. So the thing is, I'm willing to work for mine, and I don't think that somebody else working as hard as they can from theirs takes away from mine, because someone's not going to have the same vision that I have. Someone's not going to have the same ideals and goals and ambitions that I want. And the thing is, if we're talking about, well, you're competing for clients, it's like, no, we're not. Because I'm not competing with clients. Do you know why I don't compete from clients? Because when I have a client, I build a relationship the same way I build a relationship with my audience, the same way as I'm not competing for a YouTube audience. When I create a relationship with anybody that I'm doing anything with, it's a unique and a special relationship, and I make sure that people understand the value of that enough to where I'm not going to have to convince them. I'm not going to have to worry about somebody else. Someone else could attempt to do the same thing, they're not going to create the same value because the context of the relationship I built is so unique. Not just because, well, yes, someone else can design a logo for them, someone else can build a website for them. But you know what? Someone else is not going to necessarily invest in them on that level and care the same way that I care, and is not going to care about them personally the way that I'm going to care about them. I over index on empathy where I see where someone else is coming from. I look at not just where they are, but where they want to be. And I actually genuinely care. I actually give a crap. And you can't fake that. You can't learn empathy. I mean, you can through experience, but you can't teach empathy, I should say. You can't teach empathy. It's not something you're going to have a course on in college. So you either have that or you don't. And because I have that, and because I genuinely want other people to be successful, because I feel like a world where more people are successful at what they're doing is better. And because my goal, my legacy, I'm not in this to make money. I am, but I'm not. But my real goal, my real ambition is to change and influence the culture of the creative services industry in a meaningful way for at scale for as many people as I can. So that's why I do this. I'm here because, you know what? If I went the route of wanting to teach at a college, there's a limited amount of impact and scale to that. There's job security, there's prestige, and there are perks. I had a family member that I was visiting challenge me on, well, you do that thing on the internet, but why not do that at a university? That's so much more prestigious. I'm not interested in prestige. Screw prestige. Screw the optics of that. Screw the kudos of that. I don't care about those things. I don't care about those titles. I don't care about that. I don't care about making $1 million. It'd be nice, but honestly, I figured out that one, for who I am, that's a little hard to spend. And then two, I'm ultimately going to end up investing it in the ability to do more stuff like this on a bigger scale. You know what I'd do for $1 million? I'd be able to go ahead and I'd be able to host events and seminars and invite you guys out to do that and to do workshops and then to bring out other people. That's the kind of thing that I think about when I'm like, gee, it'd be cool to have $1 million. I'm not interested in Ferraris and Lamborghinis. And I genuinely say that from the bottom of my heart because it's like, I'm the guy who, while all my other friends were working and buying Xboxes and Xbox games, I was buying cameras and I was buying software. Okay, that's who I am. Even to this day, you know what? I don't have an Xbox One. I don't have a PlayStation 4. I have like an old big like clunky Xbox 360, and that was like I only got that maybe 2 years ago. I mean, my point is that mentality wise, I'm about the legacy value of helping and growing other people and putting that dent in the universe. I'm about wanting, to write my 3 books and put them out there and genuinely help and inspire people from a mentality standpoint and to encourage them to pursue their creative ambitions and dreams because I don't want people to go through what I did with thinking they're not good enough or letting people put them down and being devalued, whether that's from their family members not believing in the creativity and the things that they're doing, or somebody in an employment situation devaluing them and not paying them appropriately. I want to help people not be in those situations because I understand what it's like to be in those situations. And that's what my goals are. That's what my ambitions are. And the things that let me do that and let me get more exposure to people, visit more people, do interesting things, create things that can inspire people. Those are my goals and my motivations behind I do. And then also on the client side, helping my clients be successful. Most of these people, they're pursuing their dream in life, and I'm helping with that. Or they're doing something interesting that has value for other people, and then together we're doing something amazing and something awesome for that group of people who are their customers. So that's why I do the things that I do, and that's why I'm the person I am. I don't have that complex of being insecure in that way. I was a much more competitive and aggressive person when I was much younger, but that had to do with an adjustment in mentality. And the thing is, I was keeping up with a culture of people around me versus being myself, I would say. So I would say that why I do the things I do is a matter of also me being more of myself, being more open, being more genuine, being more 100% myself and the person that I was at 10 years old because I got it right when I was 10 years old. I valued the right things at 10 years old. I honestly believe that. I had the right personality, the right motivations, and I think most people that's truly their experience as well. I think that life happens We're convinced by adults that sometimes are bitter and jaded and they think they're helping us, and they make us focus on life's meaner bites, and then we go that route. And I think that that's wrong. And I think at 30, about to be 31 in June, that I'm more the person that I really am because I'm much closer to that 10-year-old version of myself. The funny, goofy nerd who wanted to be involved in everything, help everybody, was always interested in the new thing, moving on to that, easily bored. That's who I am. I still get up Saturday mornings and I still want to watch my cartoons. So, I mean, look at my desktop. So that's who I am. And I think that being able to do this, being able to share my creative journey with you guys, being able to work for myself, being able to work with my clients, and the accountability being to them and to you guys and not to a clock, an arbitrary clock or anything like that, allows me the luxury of being more of who I am and really focusing on the value that I can create, focusing on what my legacy is than anything else. And that is why I do what I do. And I don't think it's naive. I don't think helping other people is naive. And I think that being awesome is its own success model. And when I write the Create Awesome book, that is a dedicated chapter that being awesome is its own business model, because I think it's true. I think if you create value for other people, if you genuinely help other people, if you try and you aspire to do that, I mean, Adobe as a company was founded on those principles. It was founded on the founders wanting to make a company that they would want to work at, and they're one of the highest satisfaction companies in the world. They win constant awards for it. They're super successful. I mean, a lot of us are using their products. Everyone in the world probably is using PDF and its benefit. There's nobody, I don't think, who hasn't been touched in some way by what Adobe has done in the last 25, 30 years. So understand the context of that, understand their motives and their values, and that's what I share, and that's my beliefs, and that's my ethics, and that everything I do is a result of that belief system. So Create Awesome means more to me than like selling these t-shirts online. It is really the fundamental governing ideology I came up with to dictate the course of my life. Is wake up every morning, create awesome things, and share them with the world. Wake up every morning, create value for other people, create awesome experiences, whether that's a hello, a smile, a handshake, tipping my waiters and waitresses, making sure that I take care of my vendors and make sure that they get paid on time, doing those things, making my clients happy, making sure that I get content out for you guys and that I answer all of your questions in the comments, make sure I reply back to emails, private messages, the Facebook stuff, the Instagram, showing you guys love there. Doing all those things is about me creating awesome experiences for people, because that's important. And that's the milestone of the impact you have in another person's life, is the experience they have of you day to day to day. So I try to make sure that what I'm doing is positive, that it moves things forward, and that if someone had a bad day today, that it wasn't because of something I did or said or failed to do. So, that's where that comes from. Somebody who wants to drown their competition in the bathtub is not creating awesome for anybody. They're not creating awesome even for themselves, because they're steeping themselves in negativity, and that mentality limits your creativity and your output. And that might be what they are struggling with. And I genuinely feel bad for those people. So, that's where I'm coming from on that. And that's why I am glad and happy to share whatever I can, whatever I have of value in terms of my experience, my knowledge, my history with you guys, in the hopes that it helps you improve and better your life, and that it alleviates any of the negativity that you're experiencing in life or have experienced in your past, since I know what that's like, and I would have liked someone to do that for me, and in many cases, people have done that for me. So that's where I'm coming from, and that is just what I wanted to share with you guys in today's vlog. So now you know my motives, now you know why I do what I do, and now you know where that consistency comes from and why I can do this on a regular basis. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. This went a little longer than I intended, but once you get going, you just get going. So that is what it is. Anyway, if you guys are experiencing people challenging or questioning your motives or why you do what you do, I want to know about that in the comment section below. What's your story about people who have challenged you on what you're doing with your life creatively or otherwise, or the way that you choose to do things, and what motivates you, what drives you, what's the legacy that you want to leave behind, and what's the awesome you want to create and share with the world. Let me know in the comments section. Anyway, like this video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. Check out the other awesome content on the channel. As always, you guys, thanks so much for watching, and don't forget, create something awesome today.